All right, let's talk about something so many of us go through, but almost nobody really talks about out loud: imposter syndrome. We're going to dive right in and figure out exactly how we can start reclaiming our confidence. You know that feeling, right? You're sitting in a meeting, you're about to start a big project, and this cold feeling washes over you. The one that says, any minute now, they're going to figure it out. They're going to tap me on the shoulder and realize I don't actually belong here. You're just waiting to be exposed.
Yeah, if that sounds even a little familiar, you are in the right place. And you are definitely not alone. So let's start by really digging into that imposter feeling. At its heart, it's just this nagging, persistent anxiety that all of your accomplishments are some kind of fluke. That you just got lucky or that you somehow tricked everyone into thinking you're competent. It is a heavy, heavy weight to carry around. But the good news? You are absolutely not the only one feeling this way.
Okay, so let's put an official name on this thing. It's time to really understand the syndrome itself and, maybe more importantly, who it affects the most.
So this isn't just some vague feeling of self-doubt. It's a real, recognized psychological phenomenon. And probably the most important thing to get right off the bat is this. It is not a personal failing. It is not a character flaw. It's a pattern of thinking that tons and tons of people experience.
Well, the answer might actually surprise you, because this isn't about a lack of achievement. In fact, it often goes after the very people who seem the most successful to everyone on the outside.
Think about it, high achievers, they often set these impossibly high standards, so any success just feels like it falls short. For creatives, the work is so deeply personal that it's just really easy to doubt its value. And if you're a new leader, man, the pressure of a new role can make you feel like you have to prove yourself all over again, even though your track record is exactly what got you there in the first place.
Okay, so we've named the problem. We've defined it. Now for the good part. Let's talk solutions. This next section is your toolkit for confidence. I'm talking practical, actionable steps you can use to start fighting back against that inner critic.
Here is our game plan. 6 clear, straightforward steps to build your confidence back up. We're going to break down every single one so you can start putting them into practice, like today.
The very first move is simple, but it is so powerful. When that little voice starts whispering that you're a fraud, don't argue with it. And definitely don't believe it. Just notice it. Literally say to yourself, there's that imposter feeling again. Just naming it, giving it a label takes away its power and separates it from who you actually are.
Imposter syndrome is sneaky. It has this way of making you totally forget how capable you are. So you have to fight back with evidence. Start a document, open a note on your phone, whatever works, and list your wins, big and small. Save that nice feedback from an email. Jot down the projects you completed, the challenges you figured out. It becomes your own personal, undeniable record of your competence.
This next step is absolutely critical. It is 100% okay to have feelings of doubt. They're valid. But you don't have to treat those feelings as if they are facts. The key here is to become your own internal fact checker.
And here's what that looks like in the real world. The feeling screams, I got this job purely by luck. The fact check says, nope, I was selected after a tough multi-stage interview process. The feeling says, my presentation was a disaster. The fact check says, actually, the team gave great feedback and the client signed. You're literally replacing those emotional assumptions with cold, hard evidence.
Step 4 is all about changing your internal story. Instead of letting a setback define you as a failure, you get to choose to see it as just a data point, something you can learn from.
I mean, just listen to the difference, right? I failed this task, I'm a failure. That's a dead end. There's nowhere to go. But I learned a valuable lesson from this, and I'll approach it differently next time. That's empowering. That's a strategy. That's the whole shift from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset.
Imposter syndrome absolutely thrives in isolation. It wants you to think you're the only one in the world who feels this way. The moment you talk about it with a trusted friend or a mentor, you break that isolation. And I will almost guarantee you'll find out they've felt the exact same way at some point.
And finally, step 6, you have to actively own your expertise. Your accomplishments are not accidents. They're not happy coincidences. You are hired for a reason. Your clients look for you for a reason. Your successes are the direct result of your skills, your hard work, and your dedication. Period. So, what's the big takeaway here? What's the single most important thing to remember? It all comes down to this one simple idea. You've got to own your success.
Just let that sink in for a second. Your success is valid. Own it. It is not arrogant to acknowledge what you've achieved. It's just accurate. It's factual. You earned your place. And with that, I'm going to leave you with a final thought, a call to action. Don't wait until you feel confident. Instead, take a moment, right now, to think of one thing, big or small, that you've accomplished. And just for today, own it completely. No disclaimers, no downplaying it. You're earned.